Moses, when he came down from Sinai, did not just bring a way and a code for the Jewish people to connect with God, but Moses also brought down with him a code for all of mankind to live by. When we absorb the code that God has handed to each and every one of us, then it becomes the most freeing experience, because it gives us clarity as to why we're here and how we can accomplish what we're here for, and how we can, in a more quick way, bring about the time that we all wait for, the time of peace for all mankind.
I think it was God's original covenant with his people, kind of the way that they were meant to, the laws that they were meant to follow in order to live in covenant with him.
I see Christ coming out through music by the lyrics that people write.
Author of all eternity, the giver of every perfect thing, to you be the glory.
They're filled with glimpses of that good commandment, you know, do unto others as you've had them do unto you, or love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. It's in there.
These commandments that God has given us to live by, if we all lived by those commandments, that would solve all of our problems. In fact, President Reagan said if we practice the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and follow the 10 Commandments, it would solve every problem that this nation was facing.
Well, they're what define my life and what I do in life, and I follow them as best I can.
Standard of conduct of living.
Those 10 Commandments were updated, and you recall the scene. The legalists of the day, this is 2,000 years ago, were trying to trap Jesus. And so those legalists asked him which one of the 10 was the most important. The first and greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And the second is like unto it, to love your neighbor as yourself. Upon those 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
The commandments are not given to be restrictive. They were given to give us freedom. There is freedom in the ways of God, not bondage.
Any commandment that we've got in this list of 10 is regarded as normative by Jews, Christians, and Muslims, all 3.
About good, basically being good.
I think they're general rules that we should follow as a society.
When I think of thou shalt not commit adultery, in my situation, the obvious answer is to be obedient to the marriage covenant and to be faithful and innocent. But in general, or a bigger perspective on it for me is to not adulterate, to not darken or corrupt anything pure, like love.
You know, to love your neighbor as yourself requires you to accept that just because of the color of their skin or the way they dress or the size of their house doesn't mean you know them, doesn't mean you have a right to assume whether they're good or bad. And I'm constantly confronting myself about preconceived ideas and judging.
They're more of like a philosophy and a principle, a good guideline that people should obey in order to do good things, and good things should happen to you.
They were about, to us, the Old Testament before Christ died for our sins. They were the laws that we were supposed to keep, and they're still applicable today.
So rather than worshiping and idolizing money, my money is simply a tool for God. Rather than idolizing my family, which I could easily do, my goal is to have a family that is blessed to be a blessing to others. So on the affirmative, everything we do is hopefully having a positive outcome to the people around us.
God's ways work. They work. I mean, I'll tell, we have a lot of people that are skeptics that'll come to Life Point. They're atheists or they're agnostic or they're just kicking the tires on this whole thing. I say, listen, just try what Jesus taught. Just try it. Just try what he said about relationships. Just try it. Here's what you'll find. It works.
They're the choices and they're the rules that you follow to be a good person.
They are, to me, the Ten Commandments are about a set of rules, right and wrong.
And if you start the day with prayer, you have a serenity to kind of stay focused on the bigger things as well. It's not to say I'm not going to do all that stuff that I just said I was going to do, but it gives me serenity to remind myself of the important things. So I use prayer not just for, oh my God, you know, what has happened to me? Please, Lord, get me through this, to at 5 in the morning or 5:30, as I'm waking up, you know, to pray for God's guidance during the day.